الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أوصيكم وإياي أولا بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون كما قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وقال الله عليه يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وأحسن هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All praise due to Allah Rabbul Alameen, the creator of all things, the sender of all prophets and messengers, and the revealer of all truth. May the blessing and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon all of us who have been following our activities, our program, our enrichment program. Especially now we are in the month of Ramadan al-Mubarak, a blessed month, a month that Allah Rabbul Alameen decide to send down all the four scriptures, the four holy scriptures. There is Suhuf Ibrahim, number 2 is Torah to Moses, number 3 is Injil to Isa, Jesus, and the last testament, the Quran, to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the reason Allah revealed all the holy books, the scriptures, is to guide all of us. Because being human, we need guidance. We know that living in this world is just temporary. All the good thing, the bad thing, the suffering, the pain, the happiness is not permanent. Brothers and sisters, we wish and we hope all of us have been fasting properly. We have been performing our prayer with the right adab, with the right principle, or we call the right manners, and may Allah accept our fast and also our prayer. Ameen. For those who are not been very well, we keep on praying for their health. We hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make them healthy soon so that they are able to get closer to Allah Rabbul Alameen to do what they have to do. Brothers and sisters, everything that Allah wants us to do is all for our own benefit. And anything that Allah said no is also for our own benefit. Before we continue with the book on life in Al-Barzakh, normally we used to start with a prayer. Today, we hope all of you have been reciting the prayer, especially after Sahur, before Fajr. Or you can do it after Fajr, even now. I'm not sure I should guide all of you again, because I have been guiding all of you almost every class. May Allah make it easy, and may Allah make us remember what we have learned, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the knowledge that we are ignorant about. But of course, it's important at least to say Bismillahillazi la yadurru ma'a ismihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Because we need Allah's maximum protection. Brothers and sisters, we know that in the month of Ramadan, this blessed month, Allah opened the gate of paradise. He closed the gate of hellfire, and He have chained the devil, the shaitan. This is the best month for us to go through few level of exercise. Exercise number one, it is time for us to make tawbah, repentance from misuse of the tongue. We have been talking a lot. We have been advising people a lot, but make sure that we don't misuse our tongue. Even in giving advice to our children, you must give the right advice, the right approach, the right word, to show them that you care, not to show that you are angry, not to punish them, but to win their hearts over. Children need that. They want to be better, but they want you to show them all the good things. And we must control our tongue, use the right word. A saying from Ali radiallahu anhu, likulli maqal maqam, likulli maqam maqal, meaning in every situation there's a word to be used, and also in the word that we want to say, we must look in the situation, who are we talking to? If you're talking to children, their fitrah is they are very loving, very cute children. They are beautiful children. They need us to communicate with them with beautiful words, and also show that we really love them, not to hurt them, not to abuse them. And sometimes we have good intention, but the word we use is like we are belittling them, and also like we are scolding at them, and it's not easy for children to accept what we say, even is good, because the word we use is wrong. The same go to among spouses, husband and wife, among siblings. All this is very important. So if we have been misusing our tongue, it's time for us to make changes. Number two, we have to make tawbah from the sin of our heart. Meaning, our heart have been full of jealousy, enviness, hatred towards someone just because they are better than us. We just are not happy when somebody is good, successful, and we always have su'izon, bad thoughts, bad feeling. It's a sickness of the heart. So our heart needs to make tawbah from the sins of the heart. All this bad feeling toward one another. The third tawbah is tawbah from lack of modesty. We don't have good akhlaq. We are not shy for the right reason. So modesty is very important. Haya min al-iman, the Prophet said. Shyness is part of the iman. When you are shy, you are careful what you do, what you say. Also, we should make tawbah all the time that we have wasted. We misuse a lot of our time, especially when we are so free to move around. But we believe since COVID-19 is been reinforced for the MCO, we have utilized our time very wisely to get closer to Allah, to get closer to our parents, our children, our siblings, and may Allah help those who help themselves. And the last, tawbah, is an exercise, brother and sister. Trying to please others at the expense of displeasing Allah is very wrong. Whatever we want to do in life, brother and sister, first thing we must be guided by the Holy Quran and the teaching of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. By doing that, we are pleasing Allah first. And how to please Allah? Allah put only one condition. Follow His messenger. Just follow the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will be pleasing Allah Almighty. A lot of people was teaching us how to get closer to Allah, how to gain the love of Allah, how to love Allah. This way, that way, through this kind of recitation, this kind of deeds. But Allah who created all of us, and He knows that we need guidance. And He said to us through His messenger, قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّنَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. O Muhammad, tell the people, whoever want to love Allah, whoever claim they love Allah, they just have to follow Prophet Muhammad's Sunnah. They have to follow, we all have to follow Prophet Muhammad Sunnah. Then Allah will accept our love. We don't have to look to the right, the left, to this person, that person. No need. Why are we so confused? We were given guidance. And even our Prophet said, none of us can be a true believer until we love Him more than anyone else, even our own self. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى أحب إليه من والديه ووالده والناس أجمعين. May Allah Rabbul Alameen make all of us in this blessed month people who try the level best to please Allah first. Because when you please Allah, you are doing what? The best. Allah wants you to do the best. He guides us. When you want to speak, you only speak what is right. When you want to do something, you only do righteous deeds. You should be kind, you should be loving, you should be caring. Everything that Allah wants us to do is the best. And if you're doing the best, people will be pleased with you. Only the devil, the shaitan, and the people who are the agent of shaitan, and now shaitan is being changed. Left the hypocrite may not like you. So if you want to know whether a person is good or bad, if you are trying to please Allah, do all the good things in the correct manner, and they still talk bad about you, they still gossip about you, then you know that these are hypocrites. May Allah guide us and save us from all these hypocrites that cause us to feel so bad, and sometimes we try to please them and displease Allah. Na'udzubillah. Remember the last class, last Sunday, we end with one ayah, وَأَلَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ illa ma sa'a. This ayah, yeah, page 1992, yeah, 199, where Allah said in Surah Najm, Surah 53, verse 39, and that a human being can have nothing in his or her record but what he or she earned of good or bad. That means every one of us will be only responsible to our own doing. You don't blame others for what you have done. Fair and just. Simple. If you do something bad, don't blame others. If you do something good, it is your deeds. We have a choice. وَهَدَيْنَهُ النَّجْدَيْنَ, Allah said, I show you two ways. Good, bad. Way to paradise, Jannah. Way to hell. Then I said, follow my way. The way of Allah that we have been asking Allah almost every day. Ihdina as-sirata mustaqim. Oh Allah, guide us to the straight path. The straight path is there. It's in front of us. The Quran is with you. I believe all of you have been reciting the Quran. So it's time to understand. After reciting, try to reflect the meaning. And you find the way. But if you just recite the Quran, don't bother about the meaning, then you may be ignorant. You are reading the book without understanding, and the book is telling you what to do, and you are doing the opposite. It is too bad. It's time to change. It's another exercise. Now, what is important? We continue with exceptions. Yeah? Now, before we do that, I like to recap. Yeah? Based on this ayah, Imam Shafi'i, one of the great scholars, yeah, that we claim to be his follower, conclude from this ayah that reciting Quran, Allahu Akbar, even reciting the Quran is so good, so noble, that every letter that you recite, if you recite the Quran sincerely for the sake of Allah, you get 10 reward. Does not benefit the dead, because the Quran was revealed for the living as a guidance. For the dead, they don't need anymore. Because it is not from their doing and earning. If I never recite the Quran when I was alive, and then when I pass away and you want to recite the Quran on my behalf, it won't benefit me. Because if I am reciting the Quran, it benefits me. Okay. For this reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Prophet Muhammad to guide us. And he, the Prophet himself, did not recommend it to his ummah to recite the Quran on behalf of the dead. Neither encourage them to do it or guide them to do it. If something is good, the Prophet will never miss it. With a statement or hint. Nor was such a thing reported from any of the companions, the Sahaba of the Prophet. They are great scholars. They are so knowledgeable about Islam. Abu Bakr, Omar, Osman, Ali, and all of these people is been confirmed by our Prophet that they are the people of paradise. Allah. Neither any of them does such thing. Had this been a good practice, something good, they should have preceded us. They should have been doing it. Because they are always the first to do what Allah and the Prophet want them to do. Matter of worship, anything to do with ibadah, remember this phrase, everything to do with ibadah, under the matters of worshipping Allah, must be limited to the text. You must have evidence. No text, stop there. And I'm not liable to modifications based on analogies or opinion. Anything you say, ibadah, Islamic, you must have text. No text, just stop. Because this religion belongs to Allah, the Prophet Muhammad. You cannot say anything you like to say, brother and sister. Unless if we are the one who have been teaching someone to recite the Quran, and after we pass away, that living person still recite the Quran, our children, our grandchildren, and we will get the reward because it's our effort too. It's also we are the one with the will of Allah who have taught them how to read the Quran. Allahu Akbar. Now let's continue. We established above that when a person dies, whether we are ready or not, yes, we are sure to die. That's why Allah said, وَعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ. The term that Allah used in the Quran, and sometimes death is yaqeen. Allah said, worship your Lord, worship Allah until death comes to you. And that's why there's an ayah we have been reciting, Qul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. It's an ayah to remind us, say to yourself, say, Qul inna salati. You can continue, follow me to recite this, because it's good, it's a good reminder. Qul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. We recite this thousands of times in the beginning of our prayer, reminding ourselves, all my prayer, all my sacrifices, my living, what I do in this life, and my death is purely for Allah. Because we came from Him, to Him we return. And this is important. Remember, when a person dies, his deeds end, stop. And he cannot benefit from other people's deeds. These general rules, however, have important exceptions. They do have some exceptions. And that's what we are going to discuss. For example, Abu Hurairah, the companions of our Prophet reported that Prophet Muhammad said, Inna mimma yalhaqul mu'min min amalihi was hasanatih ba'da mautihi ilman allamahu wa nasharahu aw waladan salih tarakahu aw mushafan warasahu aw masjidan banahu aw baitan li ibn sabil banahu aw nahran ajarahu aw sadaqatan akhrajaha min malihi fi sihhatihi wa hayatihi talhaquhu min ba'di mautihi. Is there anything that can benefit us after we die? Based on this hadith, yes. Now let us go slowly and understand what that can benefit us. The general ayah said, wa alaysa lil insan illa ma sa'a. That human being can have nothing in his record, can have nothing to benefit him or her except what he and she have been doing when he or she was still alive. Like now, we are still alive. We have to do something before it's too late. And that's why anything good, don't delay. Be hasten. Fastabiqul khairat. Allah say, anything good, quick, act fast. The saying of the Prophet, among the good deeds that continue to benefit a believer after death, still benefit us, even after our death. But number one, he must be a believer. If he is non-believer, everything gone. Number one, knowledge that he taught and share it or pass it down to others. Sometimes you are teaching someone, teaching your children, your grandchildren, your friend, and you share it with others too, through books, writing, or through any means, through messages, and they still record what you have shared with them. Benefit us. Number two, a righteous child surviving him or her. We left not just children behind, but righteous children. And that is why it is so important when we want to get married, we don't look for the right partner so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us righteous children. Because when you have a right partner, brother and sister, then both of us, brothers, this husband and wife, is going to be a practicing Muslim who remember Allah, who read the Quran, who pray together, who fast together. So it's easy for the upbringing of the child. But if you just marry for the sake of marriage, the one who is going to take care of the children is the mother, and the mother don't have a good understanding about Islam, and she do not practice Islam. How can the upbringing of the children become righteous? So please be very, very careful about choosing a partner, because this is the future of our children. One, you have the right partner. The father is praying, the mother is praying. The children will learn how to pray very, very fast. We recite the Quran and the children will pick up very, very fast. We are fasting and they will fast. But one of the parents are not practicing, you see, you confuse the children. The children may choose either to follow the good or the bad one. So righteous children surviving him or her. How to get righteous children? We have to do our homework. We have to be righteous first. A copy of the Quran that he or she left as inheritance. Alhamdulillah, I believe every Muslim have a copy of the Quran. If in the house, a Muslim home, you have 4 people, father, mother, daughter, son. Minimum, you should have 4 copies of the Quran. You cannot one Quran shared by others. We have so many cups at home, so many sets, utensil. When you want to eat, everybody have their own plate, their own glass, spoon and spoon. Everything have their own. When it comes to Quran, one Quran sufficient. Na'uzubillah. It's not a good sign. Now you see everybody have their own handphone. You don't share your smartphone with your children. Now, make sure that you have a copy of the Quran and you leave the Quran also behind for somebody to inherit it. And when they recite the Quran, you are the one who buy it. Of course, we are the one who buy so many Quran. We give it to our children, we give it to our sibling, and they start to read, you will get the benefit. even after death. A masjid that we build, if when you're alive, you participate in building a mosque. There is a campaign, through us. There are two. One mosque is in Japan, Tokyo, and another one in Norway, Oslo. Everybody who like to participate in this, let us know. So, a person who built a mosque. Next, a house that he built for stranded traveler, Ibn Sabil, a halfway house. So those who have a lot of houses is good. If you can donate one house to an organization, example, to us, say this is my contribution, I donate this for as a halfway house. Then, of course, if you don't pass it to the right group of people, they may use the house to do bad things. Of course, you are not to be blamed, but you have to make it clear that this is for this is for that, and then they will know what to do. But sometimes, brothers and sisters, anything you do for the sake of Allah, you don't have to keep on talking about it, because sometimes when you interfere, it gets worse. You trust them, you do the best, and you just pray for the best. Sometimes people play politics. When you have more, then the evil eye is coming faster, because people, the jealousy is there, the enviness is there. So you do it and leave it to Allah. Your intention is clear, and we hope the people who you entrust will do their level best. That also will benefit us after death. A stream that he ran, or maintained for people to drink, even a well, example, you build a well for the people around the area to benefit from this well, then you will get reward even after death. A charity that he or she gave from his wealth, that means when you are still alive. This charity is always when you are alive. That's why the Prophet said, when you give your wealth during your healthy days, all of this would reach him in reward after death. Sadaqatan akhrajaha min malihi fi sihhatihi wa hayatihi. That means you only can do all these things easily, brother and sister, when you are still healthy. When you are sick, of course, the one who take care of you will not encourage you sometimes. No. Keep it for yourself. But when we are healthy, we can do so many good things. Don't miss the opportunity. We all are aware about the program that Al-Qadim is doing, especially the month of Ramadan. All these are ways, platform for us to benefit it even after our death. The month of Ramadan this year, we extend more activities, feeding the poor and needy, to break their fast, at least 200 people per night. So if anybody like to contribute, let us know. Brothers and sisters, how many deeds that we do when we are still alive that can benefit us? I go one by one again. Number one, knowledge that we taught, or the one that we shared with others. One. Number two, righteous children that we left behind, surviving him. Number three, Quran that he or she left as inheritance for the people to benefit out from the Quran, to read the Quran. Number 4, we participate in building masjid. And also remember, there are 2 kinds of masjid. Yeah? Later on I continue. Number 5, a house known as halfway house. And a stream, number 6, or a well that will help people to benefit, to get water from it. And number 7, a charity that we gave from our wealth during our healthy days and when we are still alive. Sahatihi wa hayatihi. 7. It's sure to benefit us because it's our own doing, our effort. We exercise that before our death. Why the Prophet say it's sure to get all the benefit. You have done it before you die. But even you just make wasiat. Some people love their wealth so much. They say, I will give it upon my death. Now that is very difficult. Difficult to make sure that whatever intention you have will be implemented, because when we die, then all the inheritors is going to come in. Even the authority will come in to know, oh, this is your asset, no one claim. They will be the caretaker, and how they organize, how they manage it, Allah knows best. If what have been amana and trust to us, and we have been implementing it according to the Sharia, I personally believe you don't have poor Muslims and people who are suffering right today, because it's bihi min ba'di, the best that a man can leave behind, meaning also for a woman, after his or her death are 3 things. Righteous child, because they will make sure that whatever we have taught them will carry on. Yeah? Righteous child who supplicates for him or her. Ongoing charity whose reward continue to reach him. Like we said earlier, the masjid people are the one who run the masjid are righteous people, follow Quran Sunnah, they don't create nonsense, they don't do all the unwanted activity in the mosque. Now the mosque become like a club, semi-club sometimes. Dancing, singing, na'udzubillah. You want to make zikr, you don't have to raise up your voice like this is a karaoke. No. Allah loves you to make zikr in a very humble way. And now some masjid, they got drum going in. A lot of things happening. Why? Because the one who are running the masjid is not those who have the right knowledge. Ongoing charity, that will reach you like masjid, halfway house, and knowledge that we pass it down to our loved one, to our friend, that continue to be implemented after our death. Example, the dua, every time when they are still at the heard azan, they will recite. You are sure to get the benefit. You teach your children Fatiha, Surah Al-Fatiha. Each time they pray, they recite, you get the reward, brother and sister. So don't give this beautiful reward just to a teacher. We try to do the minimum we can if you can do a lot. I think we have been praying, you know how to recite Fatiha. Teach the children. You know the basic dua. Teach the children. That's how we move on, brothers and sisters. So don't forget to grab all these good deeds when we are still alive. Do it. Do it now. If those who fail to remind their children to even make dua after azan and also after wudu, do it today. Don't wait. Okay. Until when? Until you die. Please, brothers and sisters. I love to see one day that when MCO is over, when we're able to move around, when I see your children, I may like to ask them this dua. And that will confirm that whatever I said have been implemented by you or not. So please don't keep the knowledge just to yourself. You have betrayed the knowledge that you have learned. Knowledge is not for you to keep. Knowledge is for you to act upon it and share it with others. Wa amma bi ni'mati rabbika fahaddis. It is a ni'mah. Then this ni'mah you must share it with others. Anything we do extras, brother and sister, in this month, you get all the extras reward from Allah. So don't miss the opportunity. May Allah Rabbul Alamin open our heart, our mind, our eye, our ear, everything. Just waiting to do what Allah wants us to do, and we do it fast, correctly, and follow the guidance, the Quran and the Sunnah. Brothers and sisters, now we open for the Q&A. If there's any message or any question from all of you, you can go online and we will try our best to respond to your question. Fatafaddal. Is on the Yeah, we always walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the questioners and to all the brothers and sisters. We always hope that this live stream find you in good health, yeah? So that we are able to strengthen our iman, increase our deeds in this blessed month. Assalamu'alaikum, waalaikumsalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. From the Colorado desert, Allahu Akbar, so far away. May Allah bless you. Yeah, whoever is following this program, may Allah bless us all. Yeah. Tell them a Quran, give them a Quran example. At least you have done your part. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَى الْبَلَى. Our duty is to share with them. If they respond, you get extra reward. If not, you have done your duty. Like all the Prophet, Allah sent down the Quran to the Prophet, revealed it to him. He conveyed to others. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Recently read that someone is doing the Tawbah Salah and Hajat Salah every day after Subuh prayer. What is the teaching on both Salah? Salat Tawbah is allowed, not to do every day, of course. This Tawbah is for big sin, major sins. Yeah? But after Fajr, there's no more prayer at all. You can do in other time that is still allowed. But Salatul Hajjah is something very popular in certain country and community, but not based on any authentic hadith. So, we have to be careful. Waalaikum salam wa rahmatullah. This is another prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our siyam, fast and good one action during this month, the good one. Ameen. A very good question. If we swallow dust, our fast is valid? I think nobody really want to put dust inside their mouth. Maybe while you're in a desert, heavy wind, and then there's some dust, enter your mouth, and then you take it without intentionally. Of course, you don't open your mouth and then you swallow it. Then it is okay. It don't invalid your fast. Even the Prophet said, if one forget that they are fasting, they eat. Now maybe lunchtime they start to eat. One eating, hey, I'm fasting. Then don't stop fasting. You just stop eating and carry on fasting. Even you are drinking and you stop when you remember, oh, I'm fasting. Your fast is valid, because anything that you do out of forgetfulness, not intentionally, then that is your risk. Your fast is still valid. Naam. Question from Dubai. Has to say his witr too in order to get the complete reward of the entire night prayer. If you go back to this to get a full reward, they should join with the Imam. Unless you have a reason that you don't want to perform witr with him. Maybe you have to rush out, you are not well, you have to go to the washroom and so on, that you will miss the witr. Then you have tried your best, and Allah knows the intention that we are not just breaking away, following our whims, our liking. When we are to join a prayer, we join from the beginning to the end. Or you know that somebody who's not doing the right thing, you excuse yourself, that you are allowed to do it. Because sometimes people do things, they don't follow the sunnah. So it becomes complicated. Even our prayer, when you do your prayer and then the Imam should not delay. You cannot say you must wait until the Imam leave, then you leave. No. After the prayer, after the zikr, khalas. Anybody can excuse themselves. No Imam can say, no, you must wait until I finish everything. No. As long as the prayer ends, the zikr, Subhanal Malikul Quddus, Subhanal Malikul Quddus, Subhanal Malikul Quddus, Rabbul Malaikatu wa Ruh, plus Allahumma inni a'udhu bi ridaka min saqatik, wa bi mu'afatik min ukubatik, wa a'udhu bika mink, la uqsi thana'an alayk, anta kama asnaita ala nafsik. You can move. Simple, like when you follow the Imam in our prayer, daily prayer. After the Imam gives salam, we give salam. And the Imam should say Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah, and turn his back facing the Ma'mum. Then if we think that we have more time to stay on, stay. If not, we can leave. No problem. The adab of for Imam, if the Imam know the adab of an Imam, then there's no problem. But if they have their own whims of doing things, then you can leave and your prayer will be accepted and you get the full reward. There is the answer to this question from Dubai, from Sister Taiba. May Allah bless the sister and the family, and don't forget to make dua for us, and we will always pray for all of you too. We all must learn how to remember Allah together and how to remember everyone of us in your prayer. You may not remember their names properly, but you know, and Allah knows best. So don't forget to pray for the Ummah wherever they are, in Palestine, in Myanmar, Kashmir, China, wherever they are. Yeah, we have to keep on praying. And may Allah shower His mercy to all of us and strengthen our iman, and also accept our fast, accept our prayer, and make us people who act fast for anything that pleases Allah Rabbul Alamin. And don't forget the activities that we are doing, and we hope we will be in contact soon so that we can share with you. And we do not want you to miss the opportunity to do more things with the activities that we have prepared, that we have empowered the youth to be very active in helping others. May Allah bless us, forgive us, accept our prayer. And don't forget iftar. Always when iftar, have your wudu ready before you break your fast, and make dua before the breaking of fast, because it is very important. The Prophet encouraged all of us to do that, so that you break your fast quick and you perform your Maghrib immediately. Don't delay. Remember, breaking of fast is not dinner after Maghrib. May Allah accept all of this. May Allah keep us healthy, strong, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meet us soon. وبلا توفيق والآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. I forgot to share this good news. One day before Ramadan, we have a brother, a Chinese brother, revert to Islam. Alhamdulillah, may Allah strengthen and guide them. And yesterday, we have a sister who embraced Islam. May Allah shower His mercy and blessing upon both of them. And this is what we always do. Yeah. Anything that please Allah, we are always ready to serve. May Allah bless us all. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shaitan's was, please, because then make one complete year from the first day of the first Ramadan. Yeah. How can we fight against Shaitan's was? The only way to do it, brothers and sisters, don't entertain. It will come. The whisper of the jinn will keep on coming to all of us. Don't entertain. When you entertain, the was will increase. And keep on reciting Qul a'udhu falaq, Qul a'udhu bin-nas. Remember when you start to pray, after takbir Allahu Akbar, you make dua iftitah and ta'awuzu. And the ta'awuzu that the Prophet recommend is a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim min hamzihi wa nafthihi wa nafthihi. You try to memorize this kind of ta'awuzu. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim min hamzihi wa nafthihi wa nafthihi. May Allah protect us from the whisperers, because this ta'awuzu taught by Prophet Muhammad to recite in every prayer that we start before we recite Fatiha, and there is an addition of the whisper of the Satan. So do that. May Allah make us firm in our ibadah, and may Allah save us from the tashwish min ash-shaytanir rajim. We hope our answer is clear to the brother who asked us. May Allah bless us. Jazakallahu khair.